that, again, people absolutely love. I ordered mine. This is one that I'm not taking, but Carlos and I are both gonna start taking this. I was talking to Carlos about this today, and I said, we really need to get on board because a lot of us are familiar with carnitine, but this is acetyl L-carnitine. It is definitely different. It's a carnitine that a lot of us can truly benefit from in a capsule form, so it's super easy to take. If you are trying to burn fat, this is something that's going to help tremendously, along with all kinds of other great health benefits. I'll show you what the choices are, because you can do a 60 cap size, you can do a 120 cap size. We also have it in a 240, and we have it in a 360. So here are the sizes that we have available. What I think is exciting about this is how incredibly affordable it is. You'll get 360 capsules home for only $50. $49.90. This is unequivocally, I remember last night Andrew and I talked about this briefly, and I was absolutely blown away. I've never seen acetyl L-carnitine offered for under $50 for 360 capsules. I think this is an amazing value. If you take one a day, that's almost a full year's supply. And again, we'll talk through all the benefits because it's really a cool product. You know, close to 14,000 have already been spoken for, and this is the one in just this one day that Andrew has been here.
And I think we might have added all, I'm not sure, but we might have added all the excess capsules we have for the rest of the month.
That means there's only 2,000 left.
And this, mind you, this is a monthly special, so it's supposed to last until the 30th of this month. So hopefully that's not the case and we can make more. So I'm cautiously optimistic in that regard. I haven't read any of the basic charts on this ingredient, which I'll do now. And then I just grabbed some other science charts. The reviews on this product are fantastic. They run the gamut of supporting in terms of energy, supporting weight loss programs, to supporting mental function, brain function. So the reviews, you could read the reviews at hsn.com. I want to get into a little bit of the science here and things, because that's really what's most exciting. And actually, what's most exciting here, I'll get my tea out of the background there. What's most exciting here is the fact that this is an ingredient, acetyl L-carnitine, which has always been the preferred way, sort of the most elegant way to deliver carnitine. Carnitine is the molecule that's involved in all fat-burning metabolism. So in order to transport fat to the site in the mitochondrion where it gets burned, you need carnitine. Unfortunately, the best source and form of carnitine is acetyl L-carnitine. Pure carnitine is a great source, it's just not the best. Acetyl L-carnitine has always been too expensive, but now acetyl L-carnitine is actually, our acetyl L-carnitine is actually the least expensive way to deliver carnitine. So now the best form is the least expensive form. And that's what's most exciting when you look at this, that a form that instead of being $49 for that year's supply, it would have normally been $149 or more for a year's supply. So it's really exciting that the best form of carnitine is now the most affordable. Our liquid carnoslim, we've eliminated our liquid carnoslim because this is better and this is less expensive. It's cheaper, it's far less expensive. So just going through the basic charts on acetyl L-carnitine, ALC promotes, that's acetyl L-carnitine, promotes optimum energy supply and availability to the brain. ALC efficiently delivers its benefits since it easily crosses the blood-brain barrier. That's what's unique about acetyl L-carnitine. Acetyl L-carnitine is a precursor to the essential neurotransmitter, acetylcholine, levels of which decrease with age. Acetylcholine is the most important of the neurotransmitters. A neurotransmitter is something, part of the way our nervous system works, it's kind of a clever design, is that it's not just one long neuron. So we have these neurons that talk to each other, these nerve cells that talk to each other. And there's a synapse between these neurons, and that synapse that determines whether or not the information from one neuron is going to be transmitted to the next. So actually, at some points, our body could actually decide to stop transmitting because it runs out of neurotransmitter, or because there might be an enzyme that inhibits that neurotransmitter. So there's all sorts of design benefits associated with having these neurons with synapses, but the most common neurotransmitter that communicates the information from neuron to neuron is acetylcholine. And acetylcholine, of course, has a close relationship with acetyl L-carnitine, acetyl L-carnitine.
Are we gonna, I don't know if we're gonna get more of this or not. This was supposed to last for the entire month of June. Over 14,000 have been ordered. With everybody ordering this, there's about 1,500 left. So I would encourage you, if you want to stock up on yours, the greatest value, the most affordable carnitine, acetyl L-carnitine we have ever seen. I mean, and it's funny, I was talking last night with you, we don't offer this that often on the air.
Well,
that's why I'm not...
It's a new product.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's a new product for a lot of reasons. It's a new product because this new form at this new cost was new, and then it was very difficult to encapsulate on its own. It's kind of easy to show. Most of our products, when we encapsulate it, it's a fine powder, and you could understand how we put it in a capsule. This is something that it's almost like snowflakes. In fact, even the capsule itself, the capsule's brittle.
It's almost like talcum powder.
And so it's those little snowflakes are very hard to get into a capsule.
Interesting.
In fact, when I get back, I'm going to see if there's things I could do to maybe make it a little bit easier to encapsulate, potentially even get more into a capsule. But it's a very difficult ingredient to encapsulate. So for a lot of reasons, it's something that only recently appeared. But again, even if we went back 10 years ago and I could put 500 milligrams of this in a capsule at that time, it would have cost multiple times more. So today, it's one of those ingredients that, like CoQ10 and a number like our healthy hair, skin, and nails, are much less expensive today than it ever was before.
And then the other cool thing about it, you know, we talk about the fat-burning properties that it provides our body with, but along with that, it's also great for brain health.
Well, that's what we're talking about here. In terms of it crosses the blood-brain barrier. It's involved in the production of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. ALC helps to maintain healthy acetylcholine levels and energy levels in the brain. Again, brain function is, like all our key organs, is driven by how effectively our brain and that organ can produce the energy it needs to do its work. So it supports overall brain function, including memory, concentration, mental acuity, supports healthy blood flow to the brain and nervous system, promotes healthy nerve function, and helps protect nerve cells from oxidative damage, helps protect against oxidative damage within the brain.
You know what's amazing is all the years when we used to sell your liquid carnitine, we never talked about the brain benefits.
No, because that wasn't acetyl L-carnitine. That was pure carnitine.
Got it.
So now we get the benefits of pure carnitine, and we get the benefits of acetyl L-carnitine. We get both. So again, beyond carnitine's role in healthy brain function and in all fat-burning metabolism, ALC plays an important role in energy metabolism as an acetyl group donor to create acetyl-CoA. And acetyl-CoA is a critical part, it's a critical component in Krebs cycle. The Krebs cycle is the tricarboxylic acid cycle, the TCA cycle. That's the metabolic cycle that goes on in all our cells, in the mitochondria of our cells. That's how all the energy that all of us who are sitting here and watching, that's where CoQ10 goes and does its work in terms of transporting or moving electrons around. So again, this is intimately involved in cellular metabolism. Acetyl-CoA then enters Krebs cycle in one of the final steps in cellular energy creation and metabolism. Carnitine is required for all fat metabolism. Carnitine levels decrease with age and can affect our ability to burn fat as we age. Carnitine is required to move all fat to the site in our cells where that fat can be burned. Carnitine's essential role in all fat metabolism is not just critical for weight loss, but also for the optimum functioning of our most energy-demanding organs, such as the brain and the heart. And we have to...
That's fantastic. Does our body make carnitine?
Our body does make carnitine, but the levels of carnitine become significantly reduced with age. So that's why, sort of like CoQ10, it's one of those things we recognize. Is it the chicken and the egg? Do we struggle with fat-burning metabolism? Do we struggle with energy metabolism because, say, CoQ10 or carnitine are less available? Or is it age that's causing that, or is it the availability of those raw materials that's causing what we observe?
Amazing.
So I think it's a little of both. Certainly age has its consequences, but when one of those consequences with aging is a reduction of these critical components, by introducing those critical components, we make a difference. And if we go here, these are some quotes from the research, from the Annals of the New York Academy of Sciences. ALC has been considered of potential use in age-related memory changes because of its ability to serve as a precursor for acetylcholine. From nutrition, ALC participates in cellular energy production, a process especially important in neurons, nerve cells, and in removal of toxic accumulation of fatty acids. From a journal called Metabolic Brain Disease, this doesn't cure brain disease, ALC is able to cross the blood-brain barrier and reaches the nervous areas where the linked acetylic group may be delivered. Some of ALC's proposed neuroprotective benefits involve improved mitochondria mitochondrial energetic and function, antioxidant activity, stabilization of membranes, protein and gene expression modulation, and enhancement of cholinergic neurotransmission. Basically, important to brain function. Metabolic brain disease, the results of this study revealed that subjects receiving ALC showed a decrease of cognitive deficits and an improvement in the domains of attention, learning, psychomotor speed, visuoconstructional skills, and the ability to remember previously learned information. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition.
This is kind of amazing. You didn't read these last night.
No, I have too many charts to read.
Oh, this is fabulous.
I have 10 times more charts in the science that we're talking about.
I think this is a really exciting product.
Yes, subjects receiving ALC showed a decrease in both mental and physical fatigue and an increase in physical activity. From the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, acetyl L-carnitine offers neuroprotective benefits and improves mitochondrial energetics and function. So that's the two, whether we're talking about our brain or we're talking about energetics and energy in our body. Some of ALC's proposed neuroprotective benefits, as we talked about before, the same thing, involve improved mitochondrial energetics. So it goes to the very basics of how our brain functions. So again, where most people get excited about carnitine is the fact that you need it for all fat-burning metabolism. So what we now have is our acetyl L-carnitine, which I think is a better focus in terms of supporting and promoting the best brain function possible. But again, I'm realistic and I recognize that most folks embrace carnitine because of its benefits in terms of fat metabolism. So here you have a more affordable source of carnitine and a more bioavailable source of carnitine. And whether you want it or not, you also get the benefits in terms of it supporting the brain and nervous system.
And we all want that. I want to show you one more time what the choices are. This is so affordable, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. We could talk about this product for an hour, but we have more to get to. But I just want to share 60, 120, 240, or 360. This would normally be $89.90, which I think is still an incredible price for if you take one a day.
Think about this: 500 milligrams of acetyl L-carnitine per capsule, and you're talking about a little over a dime a capsule. I think you're talking about roughly 12 cents per capsule, which I would have never dreamed a product like this would be less than 50, 60, 70 cents per capsule, not 12 cents a capsule.
Exactly.
So exciting to be able to get the benefits of this high levels of this ingredient at such a low price.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. Please do not hang up. We will, if it does sell out by the time you get to it, by the time you try to place your order, please put your name on wait list. Andrew is going to definitely